Caleb in Germany writes to me, "Hey Paul, could you please define the term high-end audio? I see a lot of audio equipment labeled as high-end, but how can you be sure it is truly what it is advertised to be? What are the criteria to look for?" Well, and apologies, I just walked in the room and somebody had left the system on. It's boiling in here, so the air conditioner is going, I'm working on it, boss. So, high-end audio. Well, it's where sound really matters, to where we are trying to recreate the sound of live music using reproduced manners, okay? So a consumer system is there for the enjoyment of music, and there's millions of them sold. You got your receiver, you have your speakers, maybe it's a Bluetooth option, and those can sound really good. They're not high-end audio. They don't pretend to be high-end audio in general. Now some use, like Caleb says, they'll use terms like, oh, it has, sparkling highs, resolution that, you won't believe, and all these kind of marketing terms that are kind of meaningless because they don't really hold water when it comes to a comparison of a high-end system. There is a light year gap between the finest commercial consumer gear and true high-end audio. It's huge. It's just huge. One of the ways you can tell is by, obviously this is a high-end system, right? But why is that obvious? How is that obvious? Well, one thing that's obvious about this system is, look at it. It's dedicated to a space to create music. Now, normally in a home you would see, or maybe not see, a receiver, something tucked away in a closet, and there'd be some speakers hanging out. And they would be shoved up against the wall in a bookshelf or whatever. So one of the ways you can tell is by the setup. Is there space behind the speaker? Even a foot or two makes a big difference. Does it look like it's intended to do something that is out of the ordinary? The electronics are usually separates. They don't need to be separate, but typically they are. I think the biggest defining factor for high-end audio is, at the end of the day, purpose and performance. If the purpose of the system is to recreate the sound of live music in your home, and you pick up the literature and they talk about those kind of things. Even years ago, Bose, they considered themselves very high-end, and they were high-end for a period of time, but it was the concert sound. They went to great lengths to convince you that when you played the pair of Bose 901s, the direct reflecting loudspeakers up against a wall, you would get this illusion that there were players in the room. And it worked. A lot of the time it worked. I'm not a big fan of Bose, but their intent was that. And that's what they strove for, okay? That's what we strive for. When you hear this system, if you have a chance to visit, and I encourage you to do so, come by and visit now. You got to wear a mask still, I know, but it's okay. We'll keep the air conditioner on for you. When you hear this, nothing comes out of these speakers. Everything comes out from behind and to the sides. It's magical, and it sounds like real music. Close your eyes, turn the lights down low, and Pink Floyd is playing here behind these speakers. It's an amazing effect. And it's an amazing experience, and one that you can achieve with proper setup and decent electronics for $1,000 up to a couple $100,000. pick which one you want to go. You don't have to spend a fortune. High-end audio is more about intent, making the right choices, and knowing where you're going, which is that sound of live music in a room using reproduced means. So, hope that helps. Thanks, Caleb. Talk to you later.